Hi, I'm Dulaji Hidellaarachchi, and I'll talk about our work on Model Matrix, a Jira plugin for personality, motivation, and performance tracking. So this project is related to my PhD thesis and carried out by the student team and Jifan, Akash, Kunj, Sharon, and Jiten that I've supervised with Professor John Grandi. So first of all, I'll talk about a little bit of background and the motivation of this research project. So then I'll present the research questions we have answered, the approach we carried out, and the results obtained in this project. And then I'll discuss the implications, future work, and limitations of this research project and conclude it with a brief summary. Software engineering involves various types of work, such as requirement engineering, designing, software development, software testing, and among these diverse tasks, requirement engineering is considered as a crucial phase in software engineering to ensure a quality project outcome. It is considered to be iterative and collaborative process as requirement engineering related activities highly rely on the people who are involved in them. As a result, human-related characteristics of software practitioners who are involved in software engineering, including requirement engineering, play a vital role and can impact the quality and the success of software development projects. We define these human-related characteristics as human aspects that can become make or break issues in software projects, and investigating the impact of these human aspects such as personality, emotions, gender, culture in software engineering activities is important because people are an integral part of software development process. Further, from the literature, we identified that researchers focus on identification of the effect of various human aspects on software engineering activities, and it is an emerging area of study. So from the previous studies we conducted, we identified that among a variety of human aspects, personality and motivation are such two human aspects that have been less investigated related to requirement engineering, and two highly important human aspects based on their impact according to software practitioners who are involved in requirement engineering related activities. Apart from these previous studies, we are also inspired by a tool, Emoji Monitor, a Trello plugin which was developed for tracking developers' emotions when they involved in requirement changes. These studies inspired us to explore how to incorporate human aspects of personality and motivation of software practitioners when involved in requirement engineering. And to the best of our knowledge, no tool has been developed that incorporates practitioners' personality and motivation and tracks the impact on performance and satisfaction of software practitioners that we have explored in this research project. So the main idea was to see the possibility of extending an industry standard popular project management tool such as Jira to assess how effectively it can capture software practitioners' personalities and motivation influences, particularly on their satisfaction and performance. So we wanted to identify whether it can be achieved as a plugin to Jira, if such an approach might be useful, and how it can be improved via evaluating an initial prototype. So to achieve this, our first research question focuses on adding features to track personality and motivation and see how well a Jira plugin can be extended as this kind of tool. As it can be seen that influence of developers' personality and motivation change their satisfaction and performance while doing requirement engineering related activities, the second research question focuses on effective monitoring of satisfaction and performance to effectively analyze personality and motivation influences. In the third research question, we focuses on identifying is such a tool beneficial for managers or team leaders in tracking the influence of personality and motivation on satisfaction and performance. So to achieve our objective of building a Jira plugin prototype, which captures different human aspects of team members while working on requirement engineering related activities and displays them for managers to monitor and see, we came up with this motive matrix tool. For capturing personality, our tool incorporates a built-in IPIP NEO 120% test to capture 5 traits and related facets of one's personality using the standard 5-factor model. Our tool allows team members to rate their overall motivation with their assigned requirement engineering related task, as well as allows them to select from the list of motivators and demotivators to express their motivation for doing such work. The tool also allows team members to add scores to rate their performance on the task they are working on, as well as a score to represent how satisfied they are. The team members are also able to rate the performance of their peers by adding a score on their assigned tasks, which remain anonymous to both their peers and their managers. Our prototype tool is split into two key components. The first is the ability for team members to record their human aspects via their Jira issues, and the second focus on displaying data captures for managers to visualize on a separate dashboard page, while having a separate page to do their one-time person test and share it with the managers if only they are willing to do so. So we aim to evaluate our tool using real users, software practitioners, work in the industry. However, due to time constraints and the complications of allowing external users access to confidential data stored on Jira issues, we had to modify our evaluation plan to focus on using final year software engineering students who would be invited to a Jira board maintained by ourselves. We recruited 13 students, 4 female and 9 male, and allocated them for the role of either team member or manager. So we had 2 managers and 11 team members. Most of these students have real-world software engineering industry experience. Participants were given access to Jira accounts created for evaluation purposes. Individual assigned the role of team member was required to first complete a once-off person test. Team members were then required to review each of their assigned requirement engineering related tasks. For each assigned issue, team members have to record their responses for each human aspect captures. For example, they have to record their motivation, their performance, and satisfaction. Following the completion of these activities, all participants would be required to complete an evaluation of questionnaire via Google Forms. The form differed depending on the role of the participant. The answer to the questionnaire allows us to measure the extent to which our tool can effectively capture and display various human aspects. Here are some of the visualizations of our tool. This is what the team members can see when where they can rate the performance, satisfaction, and indicate their motivation or demotivation for each assigned task. For example, based on their responses, this is what the managers can see as motivators or demotivators when they indicate their motivation or demotivation for their assigned task. So focusing on our evaluation results, we identified that as a tool, motive matrix can functionally capture both personality and motivation. However, referring to their comfort in sharing this data with managers, it varies greatly from one to another. The tool also can functionally capture developers' performance and satisfaction, but the team members are not comfortable in doing peer assessments of the performance and sharing those data with managers. Referring to identifying the influence of personality and motivation on the team members' performance and satisfaction, the managers responded that the tool is effective in capturing these human aspects and tracking team members' performance and satisfaction. However, they suggested that having a clear instructions to understand motivation and personality capturing features in the tool and what they can do after identifying these influences would make the tool more beneficial for the practitioners. So also I'd like to highlight some potential implications, future work, and limitations of our study. So we suggest continuous improvement of this tool, focusing on participants' feedback and evaluate the next version with real industry practitioners. Further, this tool will be useful in making practitioners consider the impact of human aspects on requirement engineering, their performance and satisfaction. There are various limitations of this study, as this project only spanned over a semester period, and due to that, the initial prototype was only evaluated by student software development groups, while some industry experience. Further, due to ethical constraints, we provided mock Jira issues for the evaluation, and evaluating in a real project environment could have provided complete different results. Since we are dealing with data related to personality, peer performance assessments, careful management of the data is required when we are planning to evaluate the tool with industry to avoid any misuse of the data. So in summary, we developed a novel Jira plugin to capture, processing, and present data related to the team members' personality and motivation and their impact on satisfaction and performance when undertaking requirement engineering related activities. So from the evaluation, we identified that it has the potential of being a useful tool for industry to understand how the team's personality motivation impacts their satisfaction and performance, with careful consideration of sharing team members' personality and performance data without misusing them to make decisions. So this is the end of my presentation, and this work is supported by Monash Faculty of IT PhD scholarships and ARC Laureate Fellowship. We appreciate your attention and interest in our project, and if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to share with us. Thank you.